Welcome to the Texas General Land Office, which I consider to be the premier, most interesting, most exciting, most dynamic, most little understood and little known agency in Texas government. And some of our friends are sponsoring us this morning, the Texas State Historical Association, that's already been mentioned, Texas Society of Professional Surveyors, which are kind of like, in effect, the historic connection going back to 1837 when this agency was formed, the Bob Bullock State History Museum, TexasTejano.com. Rudy, I saw him out here earlier. He's around here somewhere. With a wonderful program in Humanities Texas, which is give us a little money to make this thing work. Mark has already mentioned that we have 35 million documents here at the Texas General Land Office. I love my job. I have the ability, or the, as do you, actually. I have no unique ability that you don't have, but where I work, I can walk out to the elevator, go down on the first floor, and have an opportunity to touch documents, appropriately, of course, that were handled by patriots in a different time. And if that doesn't make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, I don't know what will. So we have history, and history is here to teach us. And history is here to make lessons that are applicable today. And hopefully this Save Texas History program and what you learned today will help move that along. The program was founded in 2004. We have a variety. We sell maps, copies of documents. We're trying to put as much as possible online. You can go online and scroll through a whole bunch of stuff. You can order copies of it. It's $20 to $40, as Mark pointed out. We use that money to plow back in and restore more documents because the legislature doesn't give us an appropriation to do that. And I'm certain they're not going to give us an appropriation this upcoming session to do that. In fact, they may start taking a commission off of our map sales. I don't know.
Vast tracts of land were being granted for 10 pesos per sitio. So for 10 pesos, you could get about 4,300 acres of land. The Junta Superior, of course, you had to have 10 pesos. That's the catch. The Junta Superior de Real Hacienda responded in 1802 with a decree limiting grants to 4 sitios per wealthy claimant and 2 sitios per ordinary subject. The junta also fixed prices, 60 pesos per sitio for tierra de regadío or irrigable farmland, 30 pesos per sitio for tierra de temporal or dry farmland, and 10 pesos per sitio for tierra de pasto or pasture land. Naturally, everybody said they had tierra de pasto, right? Which is what later on would happen in the Anglo colonies, but you'll hear about that later.
What we call the impresario era can be seen as the meeting here in Texas, on our land, of 2 different streams of historical development. First, the evolving nature of Spanish and Mexican frontier institutions across several settlements of Hispanicized expansion northward from Mexico, and also the geographical expansion of the United States frontier into the Mississippi Valley and Gulf Coast in the years after the American Revolution. The coming together of the Spanish-Mexican legal traditions of land settlement, merging with the expansion of Anglo-American North America, first in Spanish Louisiana, and then later in Mexican Texas, created what for us we call the impresario era, the end of a process rather than the beginning of one.
A final observation about missions. Some historians in the last century committed 3 errors in their assessments. First, they tended to count statistical records of converts or neophytes under instruction as standards of success or failure. A second error or misconception was to evaluate the primary objective of the mission solely, quote, to Christianize the Indians. The inculcation of doctrinal values constituted about 5% of the entire process. The major objective of the missions was the conversion of the neophytes to a Spanish way of life, which was defined as a sedentary, hardworking presence in one location.
map of Travis County. We're all settlers who've come to town or come into the area, and we want to locate our land grant. The technology used to locate those surveys was a compass. We're actually going to go this way. So these are the sites. These fold down when you store it. They go like that. When you're ready to use it, pop up, and you can look through here, and you see there's a wire right here. You can look through there, and you can actually get a really good line of sight. Maybe even to measure the linear measurements, they use these link chains.
What are the tags better?
The tags are show the distances.
Okay.
In this case, a number of barrows.
So you don't have to count all those little chains if you...
Well, what you do is you count the full length. This makes the whole counting thing a lot easier if you have this process down. So every time he pulls up a length of chain, he sticks a pin in the ground, and then when the rear chainman when they move ahead, he picks the one out of the ground and puts it on the loop. When you get to where you're going, the head chainman or the rear chainman counts how many pins he's got, and they can figure out, okay, we went 8 full lengths of the chain plus 6. So you can add all that up, and it makes the whole counting business a lot easier by keeping track of your chain and pins. This, by way, is a plumb bob. We use this to get precisely over the middle of the object we're measuring from. We're going to let y'all just divide yourself up. Hopefully, you'll get a little feel for what it was like for the pioneer surveyors.
No, you can suitable for Frank.
That's right.
What's
You want to go to a lowercase?
it's doing good.
You're not so text.
All right, check me out. Did I do it right?
That's just about right. Just grab some of these and then slide it over. Okay, before I lock this all the way down, I'm going to plane it. Just to make sure everything's level. So many shops have gotten rid of the letterpress equipment and just gone to offset. They don't have to be make ready, they don't have to set time. A lot of the old letterpress equipment has gone to Mexico because they still use it there.
Really?
Okay, put your hands there, push down. The ink will just a couple of times because since it's clean, it doesn't have any residual ink on it. The second one you print is going to look better than the first because the ink is going to adhere more to the top. All clean.
It'd be fun to bring when I go out there for the paper making one, to have a piece of paper and just put it on here.
A lot of printers that do letterpress, especially with metal type, prefer a dampness in the paper.
I can imagine, yeah.
I've never made paper, but ink, color mixing. I think I crossed the 20,000
marbleized
mark.
the covers too.
Oh,
I
now
marbleized the paper for the covers.
That's
yes.
book arts.
That was more fun.
Come back up. Hold it until it gets on.
They're ironing, they're dry.
Oh wow, you can feel it.
It's tight.
Down and back up.
Back up. Oh no, you're okay. That was just the top.
Sure.
That ink is holding it really.
Okay. I can't get it to go
Oh, it
back
gets
up.
a little stuck on there.
I think it's as contrary as his down there when he puts the plate in, you know.
Everybody,
With my thumb.
Oh, good. Your signature.
That's right.
Go in, bring it up.
What was in there? I came in late.
It's a combination of cotton rag and recycled office paper.
Run through a blender.
Yes, shredded and then blended. So once it's drained, very carefully lift that. Now I got a lot of material in there, so this paper is really, really thick. Take one of these, lay it on top, and then it goes in here, and you're going to press it. See, there's a lot of water collecting in the tub. It's also flattening your piece of paper quite a bit, compressing it. See, all that water is just coming out. And you can do that pretty much as you'd like. One hand on top, flip it over, take off the white frame, peel back the screen, and then in one quick motion, flop it onto the cooching sheet. And then there we go.
Perfect.
And then we'll move them over here. And we have tape and Sharpie, so you could put your name on that sheet and we'll know that's your piece of paper.
So what name are you looking for?
Let's put Gehring, G-E, did we found that?
G-E-H-R-I-N-G. He picked up this certificate in Bear County.
Okay.
Or not Bear County, but in the Bear Land District.
Yes.
So we have a PDF of it, so we can open it and see if this is your guy. It was located in San Saba County. We don't have the certificate in here. Okay, there we go. So this is his certificate. So this is saying that I certify that Frederick Gehring, he's getting 640 acres of land.
Okay.
We declared independence March 2nd. The Battle of San Jacinto is April 21st.
And he entered the information that's on this.
And then we have James Bowie's Mexican land grant there that he signed. You see his signature there, man, in the corner?
Transferred it to John McMullen.
So he signed that in 1831, which is 5 years before he's killed at the Alamo. Here in Spanish, he says he's married a Mexican citizen. If you married a Mexican citizen, you got more land than other people.
Give us a call.
And then Texas was issuing land grants for various reasons, and there were people who loaned us money during the war, and since the Republic of Texas was broke, we paid them back with land scrip. So here you see Houston signing this land scrip. You see how ornate and gorgeous these engravings are.
Just this county, just one that was lost. So basically this part of the Red River became Texas.
Okay.
Look at that, Henry, and then we'll see Sharon, okay? Okay.